One-sided ass whooping. I remember. Let me mute this. I remember in round number 9, it said that Regis Prograis had landed something like 28 punches up until that point. He just couldn't do shit. I'm not blaming it on the age. This is who Regis Prograis is as a fighter, fighting a fighter like Devin Haney. Where me and Big J, my colleague, talked about basically if he was to allow Devin Haney to box, he was going to lose. And of course he lost and he was dominated. You can barely give him one round, and that one round is round number 1. And that's normally a filling out type of round. So I'm glad to see that these guys are humble. It was all promotion. Where is that guy that was in Regis Prograis' corner I didn't know dude was a male stripper. But he was talking a lot of shit. My dog is snoring. Hey! Doing a video, man. Get it together. So, before we listen to the post-fight interview, let's talk a little bit about the 140-pound division. I'm going to say that Devin Haney can beat all of them. Subriel Matias, he's considered to be the boogeyman. He was offered a fight with Teofimo Lopez, according to the Boxing Voice, and he turned it down because of an injury. But I believe there was going to be some political mumbo-jumbo there anyway. Teofimo Lopez was offered a fight against Ryan Garcia, but he turned it down because of money. I can somewhat understand that. Rolly Romero is being targeted by Ryan Garcia, but Rolly Romero is talking about moving up to 147 pounds. Then you have Arnold Barboza, who just signed with Golden Boy, who's going to be fighting on the Virgil Ortiz card in January. You got Jose Ramirez. I don't know what he's doing next. You got Richardson Hitchens. Don't be surprised if you see him take on Liam Parrow. Or as I talked about in the previous video, the loser of this fight, which is Regis Prograis, taking on Liam Parrow, who put on a dominating, spectacular knockout stoppage performance against Montana Love as the chief support for this fight. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I am TstreeT Controversy with FightView 360. These cards, I don't want to see no craziness. Shout out to them showing love, but where does Regis Prograis go from here? Kind of like Demetrius Andrade. I'm happy him and Prograis, guys who are somewhat at one point in time considered boogeymans in their divisions, actually, and a fighter, and fighters that a lot of fighters didn't want to fight, actually get to show what little, I'm not gonna say little skills, but what skills they had on the big stage, even though they didn't do too well. Now, Demetrius Andrade had a very fast start, but he couldn't have, that was a pretty predictable outcome. He had nothing to keep David Benavidez off of him. And also coming into the ring at 190 pounds, standing in front of him, that just was bad business. What is this right here? Something just popped up. What was that? Oh, okay, all right. We're going to listen to the particulars. Well, let's turn it up. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe.
Ray Dinesco and Fernando Villarreal all scored this bout identically. 120 to 107 for your winner by unanimous decision, and the new WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the World, Devin "The Dream" Haney.
Haney's talking about moving up to 147 pounds, by the way, talking about fighting Keith Thurman. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening unless he goes over to PBC, who now has that Amazon deal. I highly doubt they're going to let him go over to the Zone. Devin Haney is rumored to be making upwards to $3 million, as well as somebody put the particulars down below in the description box. I mean, in the comments. I forgot. I don't want to start, blurting out numbers. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, Ryan Garcia is talking shit on social media. They went 3-3 in the amateurs. He's saying Haney's good, no doubt, but I know him all too well, and I will beat him. Good stuff tonight. Let's listen in. Hold up.
Devin, but the same old result. A dominating win as we go in to Chris Mannix.
Hey, smash that like button.
You said all week, for weeks even, that you were going to make this look easy. I don't think anybody believed you when you said that. It doesn't get much easier than 120, 107 on all 3 scorecards. What did you think of your performance?
First off, I want to give huge praise. Everything alhamdulillah, I want to thank Allah for this, because I wouldn't be here without him. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. First off, I did everything that I said I was going to do. I went in there and I handicapped him. We knew that he was going to come in with a big left hand, but my dad came up with a tremendous game plan along with my team, and we did what we said we was going to do.
You mentioned that game plan. You knew you had to stay away from that left hand. You knew you had to keep a little bit of distance in this fight. How were you able to do it so effectively?
I mean, I took it away. I went the opposite way away from his left hand. Occasionally, I went into his left hand to make him throw it, and I countered him. But other than that, we took his left hand off the chest table. Regis came into this fight with the reputation as being the bigger puncher. In the third round, you scored the first knockdown, picked up that 10-8 round. What were you seeing in that third, how you landed it? The only knockdown. But I went in there, I hit him with a sharp right hand. I knew that he had habits, and we capitalized off his habit of leaning in.
You showed incredible discipline during this fight. Even when you had Regis hurt, you didn't go in there and chase him. How difficult was that for you to not go in there and try to get a stoppage?
Say it again?
You showed incredible discipline during this fight. Even at times when you had Regis hurt, you weren't just going in there looking for the stoppage. How difficult was it for you to not go in there and look for a knockout?
Yeah, no, at times I wanted to go in there, and I knew I was getting him hurt. Multiple times I wanted to go in there, hit him with big shots. My dad kept saying, stay focused, stick to the game plan, and it'll come. Just keep building.
It's your first fight at 140 pounds. How much of a difference did those 5 pounds make?
Man, tremendous difference. You see it in my performance, from the Lomachenko fight and the past fights, going into this fight, it was a tremendous difference. I feel so much stronger. In this camp, I was able to recover and relax more, take some off days, and I felt great. 140, we got a new king.
Let's talk about 140. You now have a belt in the junior welterweight division. You're selling a pretty good crowd here in San Francisco. What do you want to do next?
Yeah, no, I want to say thank you to the whole Bay Area for coming out and supporting me. This is a homecoming. I'm happy that I was able to bring a huge event back to the Bay, and many more to come.
What's the big fight out there for you now?
I don't know. We got a lot of options. Me and my dad have been talking about going to 147 and just seeing how we fit there. But I'm a champion at 140. We're gonna talk to the team and see what's next.
Your first fight here in San Francisco, a town that hasn't seen a big fight in a number of years. Your very first fight, you put 16,000 plus here at the Chase Center. What did that mean to you?
This means everything. Since a young kid, my dream was to come back to the Bay Area and put on a big event. And what better time than now? 16,000 people came out to support me, and I'm so happy, man. This is a blessing, alhamdulillah.
Congratulations, Devin.
Thank you.
Regis, we'll turn to you. What went wrong for you out there tonight?
That motherfucker's good. He better than what I thought, not gonna lie. I'm gonna give him credit. I'm gonna give Bill credit. I'm gonna give Team Haney credit. Look, we still keep the same energy. You know me, I'm gonna still keep the same energy. What I say, what I mean, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Devin Haney better than what I thought, not gonna lie, he is.
You knew you had to close the gap in this fight. You knew you had to land the left hand in this fight. You couldn't do either one of those things tonight. What made it so difficult to execute your game plan?
He's just better than what I thought he was. His feet is faster. He's quicker than what I thought he was. I'm not gonna lie. And I couldn't seem to get to him. That's all, I couldn't seem to get to him. He was quick.
You were the power puncher coming into this fight. Devin Haney scored that knockdown in the third round. Did his power surprise you?
His power did surprise me, I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was a soft puncher. He does have power. It's not like a one-punch type of shot, but he's quick, and it's the shots that you don't see, and it's still shot that I didn't see. I looked on the screen. I remember I was down. I was like, what the fuck happened to me? And then I was, he hit me with a shot, but it's the shots that you don't see. That's the kind of power he has.
You've been at 140 a long time. As you kind of assess what's next for you, what's in your mind right now?
I'll be a 3-time world champion. I'm gonna talk to Eddie about it, and they still got other belts out there. I don't know. He talked about going to 47. I don't know what he gonna do, but right now, going to take a break, going to Christmas and all that type of stuff, and then I'll get back. I'll talk to Eddie and try to grab another one of those other belts.
Appreciate your time, Regis.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks.
Eddie, we'll turn to you. Tremendous performance by Devin Haney. 120, 107 on all three scorecards. How much of what you saw tonight surprised you?
I mean, we know how good Devin Haney is. Could he transfer that to 140? The answer is absolutely yes. He looked fitter, he looked stronger, he looked better, he looked sharper. It was a one-sided fight against a very good world champion. It was, I think, over 2 decades ago that Floyd Mayweather was here in 2001. It was the last big fight in San Francisco. You've got someone, I believe, of the same kind of ability. I think this is a special, special talent. I think this is a guy that can go to 147. I struggle to see who can beat him. You're going to have to be big, strong, aggressive. You're going to have fast feet, fast hands. I don't know, but this is an exceptional talent. And to be honest, an exceptional young man. You know, he's a great ambassador for the sport. His work ethic is unquestionable. He hardly broke a sweat tonight. That was an absolute clinic of a performance.
He's proven that he only wants the big fights. What's the big fight out there that you can get him?
I mean, look, we've got a guy on the same platform under Zone. His name is Ryan Garcia. For me, that's a huge fight. Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney. Gervonta Davis against Devin Haney. Huge fight. Teofimo Lopez against Devin Haney. You know, but this is a guy who I believe will probably beat them all. And he's going to be around for a long time.
Thanks, Eddie. Cheers. Guys?
Does he beat them all, Sergio?
I was paying attention to the Regis Ramirez card in the background. I'm going to do a video on this. I got to watch it, but you know, both of the main events came on at the same time. Regis Ramirez just got upset. I'm going to do a video on that. He just lost his belt. Devin Haney, right now, in my opinion, the Lomachenko rematch, that would have been a legacy rematch, and I feel, you know, that, you know, we're never going to see that, and it's just a waste. If you want to ask me personally, I just don't think that Devin Haney wanted to fight. I think that, you know, like, they just didn't want that fight anymore. Like, he was having some significant problems in there. A lot of people look at the fight differently. I got to go back and watch it again one day. But a lot of people felt like Lomachenko won that fight. Very close fight. I wouldn't call it a robbery. It could have went either way. But I just feel that really that his team didn't want that fight anymore. Now, the Ryan Garcia fight, it can happen, but I would pick Devin Haney to beat Ryan Garcia at this stage in his career. Teofimo Lopez is good. That's going to be a 50-50 fight for me. And remember, whoever Devin Haney fights, they want to keep him on pay-per-view. They want to keep him on pay-per-view. So it's got to be something that can somewhat sell. But then again, this shit wasn't worth no $75. I'm not even going to lie to you. You know, Ebony Bridges taking on Mio Yoshida. Andy Cruz taking on Giovanni Staffron. By the way, look at these nasty-ass punch stats. 36 punches landed throughout the entire fight for Regis Prograis. 129 of 367. And by the way, this is one of the sharpest Devin Haney's looked against top competition. You know, like Devin Haney looked really good out there, and he got a knockdown. But you know, will they make the Ryan Garcia fight? I don't know. Tank Davis, I don't see that shit happening. It ain't happening. Looks like he's still a Eddie Hearn fighter. You know, so Ryan Garcia, the Tank Davis, you know, no, especially with the new Amazon Prime deal, I don't see it happening. Sabril Matias, I don't see that happening. And if he was to go to 147, the Keith Thurman fight wouldn't be easy to make. So I'm guessing, judging by what he was talking about, I'm guessing maybe he's going to try to test the waters at 147. You know, but against who if they want to keep him on pay-per-view? That's what I'm looking at. You know, like, I doubt he'll fight Boots Ennis. Boozy Ennis was there, by the way. He trains Andy Cruz. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from here. But I want to actually, it's 12:11 a.m., I want to actually go watch this Regis Ramirez fight because he just lost a close decision. And but then again, I was never really high on Regis Ramirez. You know, like, still with some question marks around him. But I'm going to go watch that fight. We're going to be back next week. I'm bringing back the Fight View 360 Boxing Podcast. I got some big news on some shit. Not really big news. More so some things that have been going on, which is the reason why I haven't been covering boxing like that, you know, for the last several months, outside of me being suspended and demonetized from YouTube in the summer for covering content in the past. But with that being said, take your time out, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. Let's see what Ryan Garcia posted anything. I'm happy for Andre, though, and Prograis to actually get a pay-per-view, get a big fight. Let's see. This was Devin at his finest and blah, blah, blah. I don't believe or listen to nothing Ryan Garcia says, because he be blowing a lot of smoke, He be blowing a lot of smoke. But, yo, dude, he's all right. He's all right. Like Devin Haney, I would pick him to beat, put it this way, I would pick him to beat all of the top 140 pounders. 147, we just got, see how he looks first. Thanks for watching. Drop a like before you go, and please subscribe.